You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons and Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode 183, Dungeon Crawl Classics, part 2 of 4, posted April 2019. Snake Preview.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill, the podcast where we play Dungeons & Dragons or other role-playing games for your amusement. I'm your Dungeon Master, Tony Sindelar. Today we are continuing our adventures in the Dungeon Crawl Classic system in the Frozen in Time adventure. When we last left our adventures, Jason was totally dead, and the rest of our players had just survived a dangerous battle with some terrifying centipedes that attacked them in this tunnel deep beneath this glacier. So I think, dealing with the dead is always the first order of business. The rest of the tribe shuffles down the tube behind you. One of them is unfortunately at the front, and that person is...
Chuck the Dwarf. Hi, everybody. I'm Chuck. I'm a dwarf, if you didn't notice.
Yeah. Not a human, huh? I don't know if I trust people who ain't humans.
I'm also a dwarf.
Flintknapper's my name.
Okay, I was going to ask if dwarf was your profession. Because
no, my profession is dwarven flinknapper.
Me too.
Maybe you steal dwarves.
Maybe. Anyway, I know a lot of languages, and I can see in the dark.
All right. So, do we reintroduce people or no?
Probably should.
All right.
Yes, it's very important.
At this point, since the characters are revolving so swiftly, I think it's important we do.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Annette Wierstra, tell us who you're playing.
Right now, I'm playing Talc. How long that will last, we're not sure. But
Talc has been doing pretty good so far. This is only your second character, right?
It is, and she is a hunter. Monty
Ashley, what's your dead count?
Two of my characters have sadly fallen off of a mountain. That was Throg the Gatherer and Grunk the Hunter. I am now playing Crinkle Non-Goblin, who is definitely not a goblin, just an ordinary orphan, which is the kind of profession you get in caveman societies, it turns out.
It's a confusing economy.
You'd think we'd have a lot of orphans the way we're going through characters.
That's a common profession.
Aline Sims.
I am Wilma the Hunter, and this is so far my only character, so knock on wood.
Yeah, and you have been, leading the pack here, so you're in borrowed time as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Hold on. Let me put some notes next to your character name here.
Oh.
Yep. Uh-huh. Next to die. And speaking of next to die, Erica Ensign.
Yeah, I am still playing Old Mother, who is also a dwarven flintknapper and has taken a point of damage, but is still feeling pretty hardy.
Not everybody can live through a single point of damage here on Dungeon Crawl Classics.
That's true. That's true. Old Mother has seen so much in her years.
Wilma, I will give you this opportunity. Do you want to continue to lead the group through these tunnels?
Does anyone have a better strength than 12?
That's exactly what mine is.
I have a 10.
That's pretty strong.
Okay, I'll go ahead. I'll stay in front.
All right, Wilma, as you continue to push deeper through these very strange tubes with their smooth, silvery surface that, is kind of tingly to the touch, and that green vapor is still all around you, limiting your vision. The air also feels like it's getting warmer as you push further and further down the tube, and the tube is kind of curving in a very just slightly as you move through it, but all of you are probably getting kind of hot and sweaty under your the heavy furs and hides that you would have worn up on the glacier. And up ahead, Wilma, you can see a shaft of light is kind of pouring into the tunnel. It looks like there's some kind of opening in the wall of the tunnel on your right, leading off in the direction away from the tunnel itself, which kind of continues to curve in the distance. Can you see that on the map?
Mm-hmm.
So you are at a veritable crossroads.
Is there smoke in both directions?
There's a decent amount of smoke everywhere, I'll say.
Can I know there's no perception check. Intelligence check?
Sure.
And see if I hear anything suspicious from either direction?
Give me an intelligence check.
15.
It seems quiet in both directions.
Okay. I don't hear anything. Does anyone have any thoughts on which way we should go?
Hither.
Yeah,
There's-
I
You
get
got
turned
lucky?
around inside. I don't know which way that is.
Yeah, I don't know if hither is an option.
the left fork. Let's kind of hug hither.
I think straight is hither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will. This is clearly a side passage. It's smaller and narrower than the tunnel itself. So you want to stick in the tunnel.
Oh, okay. Well,
If
maybe
I
that makes a
peek
difference.
down that side passage, can I see the end of it?
Yeah, just barely. It's hard to make out in the fog, but it looks like there is some kind of terminus of that passageway a little ways ahead.
So I have infravision. Can I see further if I go down
Do you
there?
want to? You may need to kind of ask
I
for
do.
permission to squeeze up to the front of the group. Given
I
how
also
crowded
do,
it
and
is.
I'm closer to the front.
Right, other dwarves are present as well. I probably learned
power.
from old mother. She probably gave me my first flint napping lessons.
I don't actually know how infravision works because the issue here is smoke, not darkness.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
So, but yeah.
Hey, Chuck, I really admire how you're just so open about being a dwarf. Some people
It's just
probably
who
would
I am.
feel-
It's how I was made. I was raised by
I-
dwarves. I was taught to flint nap by dwarves. It's who I am.
I admire you, man.
Thanks, little guy.
I kind of okay. So I feel it's a trap, right? But I want to check it out.
Does he not
course
know
it's a
he's a
trap.
goblin?
I'll kill you.
I was whispering to him. He can't hear me. Unless he's got that goblin listening.
His ears do seem slightly large for an orphan.
Little green.
Yeah, I will follow
I assume that's
whichever
just
way Wilma wants to
a
go.
nutritional issue.
Just the smoke. Everything in here is green. You can't prove anything by that, guys. Come on.
I want to check out the tunnel,
The tunnel or the side passage?
the side passage.
All right. Wilma is going to lead the way into the side passage. Who wants to follow?
Talc hoists her spear as high as she can.
Yep.
And says,
All right. Old
I'm
mother.
in.
All right.
Yep. I will
Crinkle
also
Chuck.
follow.
All right.
Where we're going.
So the side passage goes about 30 feet before it reaches its end. Wilma, there is kind of a square hole, and there's something very strange. It's almost like a metal net has been kind of strung across the tunnel ahead of you, the side passage here. You can't. It's kind of blocking your path. It's strange. It's like this very fine metal net that has been put in place here.
Well, is it vertical or like on the?
It's
Like the floor?
blocking. It is blocking the passageway. So floor to, we're in a tube, but floor to ceiling.
So there's
Are they
definitely
keeping chickens down here?
probably fish.
I have a crowbar.
Understood what to do.
If you want to try using my crowbar to like see if you can bust it, lever it out of the way. We know about levers. We might not have
Not
wheels, but we
wheels.
got levers.
Yeah, which
Priorities.
simple machines have you created?
No pulleys.
This is. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I'm scared of it, so I want to attack it. And by attack it, I mean just try to like see if I can lever part of it away from the wall with my crowbar.
All right, I defer to your wisdom, old mother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so wise.
I guess since I'm in front still, I'll take that and hit the mesh.
There you go.
All right, give me a strength check.
8.
It's enough. You hit the mesh soundly with that you used old mother's crowbar, and it just kind of the whole thing kind of as one piece pops forward and clatters to the ground. And beyond, now that this strange metal net is no longer blocking your way, you can see a large chamber ahead of you. It's more green smoke in the air, but there's all kinds of weird, bulky shapes in there, and maybe some kind of strange lights that seem to be flashing, turning on and off. Let me move you to another map just to.
Don't you mean flames like appearing and disappearing? I don't know what
Indeed.
this turning on and off thing means. That's
It's
just
like
weird.
magic.
Can I have my crowbar rack, please?
Yes.
You want your crowbar back, crowbar back, crowbar back.
What would a crowbar be made out of? Is it like petrified wood or something?
Crow.
We got metal.
It's the bones of a crow. Come on.
Of course.
We're at least Bronze Age, clearly.
I guess.
There's a lot of discussion about what age you are in the village.
Yeah.
It's always
They think the latest and greatest things they refer to as the Bronze Age because they don't know if there's anything better than that.
Can you move your tokens to the top right corner of the map? You'll see there's kind of a thing there.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I think I might have moved mine to
Place that you can't see.
Yeah,
Yep.
mine's.
I couldn't
mine's in the
quite get
black
far
area.
enough.
I moved.
sorry.
I moved to lean. Sorry.
This map. Oh no, where's people's tokens?
I couldn't find my token. Was like, what is happening?
Mine's probably right about there.
Yeah, I think
It's on the
I
top,
lost mine
the top
around
right.
here.
That 2-1 and 2-2, 2-A. Is that what we're doing here, Tony?
Yeah. I just can't see their
Oh,
tokens.
here I am. Okay.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in this neighborhood is where I let go of it.
Oh no. Hold on. You know what I just realized I could do that's even easier? What? I'm just going to paste them in. Nope. That didn't work. Who is there? All right, Aline, Monty, Jason.
Everybody
don't
else, rip
see-
up your characters.
I thought I was there.
Your characters did not survive the dangerous drag from one map
Oh,
to
here,
another.
I'm somewhere
Roll
over
20.
here. There we are.
Okay, so is the only person that's missing Erica?
I'm missing.
Hold on.
Old woman. Old mother.
It's all right. In the Doctor Who episode, she gets called old woman and old mother, so I'll answer to either.
One is a name, one is a title, or one is a descriptor, right?
I guess.
Old mother
Yeah.
is an old
Erica,
woman.
I dropped you there. So, all right.
Woo.
So yes, you are in some kind of strange chamber. There's all these bulky shapes, weird, strange rock formations like nothing you've seen before. Weird little fires that seem to snuff out and then reignite, but in strange lights. And it's still, lots of heavy green fog.
This reminds me of a level in the Star Trek Sega Genesis game, the Next Generation game.
Wow.
Cave people had
Did
that.
everybody die at the end of that game?
I did.
It's going to be just like that.
Intricate circuit puzzles to figure out here.
Did we come in from the left side?
You indeed you did. You approach from the left side. So there are many strange objects in here as you kind of explore this weird, strange place that perhaps this is where the ice demons live inside the glacier. There is another similar tube shaped exit to this room on the far side from where you entered. Yeah.
I think we better bash this stuff up just to be sure it's dead.
That might anger the gods.
Yeah.
Do you want to bash one of the strange?
Telk starts pushing some things with her spear.
Hey.
All right. Give me a let's see. Give me a roll on a d6 there, Talk.
1 through 5, you die.
6.
You got 6.
I did get 6.
All of the lights in the room turn off, and you're plunged into darkness.
I can still see.
Yep, me too.
If she pushes in the exact same spot again, they turn
You
back
could try.
on.
You could try.
Don't we have a flame bearer? Or-
Oh no. We
that was
did
Pummins,
have
wasn't
a
it?
flame bearer, but he's dead.
I do have a flask of oil, but
You guys should definitely start just dousing things in oil.
it's only a flask.
Yeah, I don't have a
This
torch
is
or anything
precious.
like that.
A torch.
But
Well,
but
Chuck, you got any flint on you?
Yeah.
Could you use it to spark something up? Maybe set fire to something, and we could see. Huh? Huh?
What here
Huh?
is flammable?
We
could
don't
take-
know till you start sparking stuff
It's
up.
Yeah.
really
Mostly-
hot in here. We don't need our furs. We could take could rip off part of
Oh,
somebody's
yeah.
fur.
That's gonna smell good.
Tie it around the this crowbar, douse it in oil, and we can
It's
use
a
our
living.
flame.
Burning
Telk
crow.
has an extra animal pelt.
Oh, there we go. We'll just use a
All
little bit
right.
of the animal pelt.
All right, I'm going to
create a
set an
torch.
animal pelt on fire.
Just
All right.
once we've tied it to a crowbar to make a torch.
Does that take my whole flask of oil, or
No. No.
Okay.
Please,
I'm
no.
like,
Okay,
Don't
so
be
can
one of
everybody
those
kind
people
of
who
see?
squeezes on all of the fluid to light the briquettes. You don't need that much. It's dangerous.
Or is this where we discover that the green smoke is actually flammable and just kaboom? We just blew up hither.
Let's find out.
well, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Flint. Do I need to roll for Flint, or am I fine? I'm a professional flint
Yeah,
napper, sir.
give me, let me just check here for a second. Yeah, you're pretty good at this, right?
Between the two, I trained him. I think he's
Yeah.
great.
Give
It's
me-
in
give me
our
a-
occupations.
We
Give me
got
a-
two professional
What happens when you rub
here.
when you rub two flint nappers together?
Like if you
Sparks
needed
fly,
somebody to,
people.
if
Sparks
you need
fly.
someone to orphan it up, I'm here to orphan. They nap Flint, I orphan.
All right, Chuck, give me a luck check.
Okay. 16.
All right.
Ooh.
You successfully only ignite the piece of hide that you were trying to light on fire. You are now holding a flaming piece of fur and hide. You have discovered a horrible smell. It does provide
all-
basic illumination for this room, I guess. I don't
Okay,
know.
We already
nobody
smell.
touch anything.
Yeah,
don't,
you got
just
you
don't
got to
touch
stay
anything.
you got to stay close to Chuck if you want to be able to see anything, I guess.
Or he could just pass it off to somebody else who
Here,
needs
somebody
it.
else hold this flaming, awful, stinking
Yeah, I don't
pile
want
of fur.
Here, you take
I'll
it,
take
not
it.
a goblin.
Yeah, I'm useful.
What else do orphans do?
No, you'll find out.
He already smells, so why not?
All right,
Okay.
now I got the flame.
All right.
I'd like to be clear. None of your characters have discovered hygiene yet. You're cave people. Let's not cast stones at the orphan.
Let's,
Yeah, we do enough of that on Saturdays.
Yeah. Or Stone Day, as they call it. Yeah, so you
think
are
we
stumbling around in the
continue
darkness.
through this room.
After a couple of minutes, the lights do turn back on, and you have a slightly better view of what's going on in this room. When I say slightly better, I mean the same as before.
I don't like this. I think we should move on through. I don't like this place.
Yeah, I
I
tend
don't
to agree.
understand it. I feel overawed and overwhelmed, and I don't like that feeling at all.
I don't understand much.
So I think we
Are we
should
going
head on
back or out the other exit?
I think we should go back
I
because
like
we
about
already
the-
we've kind of scouted, so we already know what's
Does the
in
other
one
tube-
direction if we go back. So if we go,
Does the other tube look any different?
Do you want to? Why don't you
Chuck's
Tell me-
going over there. Chuck's checking out the other
tell me
two.
where you want to look in the various places in this room? Since I just left your tokens at the door, and you have so far figured out how to turn the lights off.
I wandered out into the middle of the room over here.
Okay. So Crinkle, lots of strange giant slabs of stone with strange pulsing little flames on them.
Are these stone?
Not like any stone you've experienced before.
Are they metal?
Sure.
I feel like we do know what metal is if we have things like knives and harpoons.
balls.
Yeah,
A stone knife.
Yeah, they could be stone. They are of a material that is unfamiliar to you.
All right. Weird. What do you suppose this does?
Even
Don't
you realize
touch
that
anything.
the light from above is not from torchlight, but from some kind of. It's almost like there's a frozen pond in the ceiling of this room.
Talc is afraid to touch anything in case she angers the gods again.
I will
Learned
tell
your
you, anyone
lesson.
who kind of ventures
Totally.
into the center of the room, there's a strange kind of sculpture in the kind of southern corner of this. Is this a octagonal room? Yeah, it's octagonal. You've never been in an octagonal room before. It's all new to you.
Don't even know what octagonal means.
Yeah.
Nope. No idea.
There's some kind of like sculpture or something. It's like a 15-foot circular pillar that runs floor to ceiling. It's made of the same kind of bright white stone that all of the other like walls and ceiling and floor of this chamber are made of. And on one side of the pillar, there's kind of like a narrow gap. It's maybe 6 inches wide, but about 7 feet tall. It looks dark beyond the gap.
This place is creepy. Let's get out of here.
I'm checking out the gap.
It's dark.
Mind the gap.
Do you want to roll intelligence?
Sure.
I got this torch. I could stick
4.
it in the gap.
What'd you get?
4.
It's dark.
Guys, I really want to stick this torch.
Do it.
I'm going to stick this torch through this 6-inch gap.
Okay. Is that what you want to do?
That
Just
is
peeking around the
exactly-
corner.
Yeah, I'm going to stand in front of the gap and I'm going to stick this torch through the 6-inch gap. So the flamey part is in the dark area, thus illuminating it.
All right. It looks like it's a perfectly cylindrical tube. It looks like it goes up. It doesn't seem like it goes down from where you are. And as the torchlight kind of illuminates, something in the cylinder seems to activate, and suddenly there's kind of a kind of warm, glowing light inside the cylinder, spilling out into
leave.
the room.
This is creepy. I don't want to be here.
Don't like. Do not like. I haven't even come in very far away from the door. Like, I think we should go back the way we were. At least centipedes I understand.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I mean, they're
Okay.
not fish, but
I remove the torch from the tube. See a tube?
does it dim or is it still glowing?
It seems to still be glowing.
Run away.
Yep. I don't like it in here. I'm going back to the before place.
All right.
Talc follows.
There's 40 or so village people. Not those village people. People from your village.
See it.
They
Kind
do
of
all have weird professions like the village people.
Yeah.
That's true.
Kind of crowding the tunnel into this room, looking at you expectantly. I realize this is a very convenient role-playing mechanic for me as a game master to have. You can't go that way. There's a crowd of people who say you can't.
Oh.
All right,
Oh,
well,
sorry.
I guess
I'm
we
back
go
inside
out the
then.
other door then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go out this other door.
Forward.
This door over here.
Okay.
There
I
is
don't
a
know it's
similar
this
metal netting over the door on the western side of this chamber, but with a little bit of crowbar work, you can pop it off. And there's
the crowbar
another.
is a torch now. Does anybody else have a crowbar?
No, I have a spear.
Maybe you can use the spear as a lever.
Yeah, you figure it out. It's there's another smoky hallway in that direction.
Okay, I guess I walk
Here we go.
down the hallway very cautiously.
All right. Let's go look at the other map for a second, and let's just bring Aline. Do you want to just bring your token to represent the group down there?
Where am I?
Good question.
Yeah, we really fade into the background on this map.
Yeah, sorry.
See,
Could we do anything to make that better?
I mean,
Give you
not
guys a
now.
bounding box or something.
Found 2 Ericas, Annette, Jason, Monty.
Things happen.
Anyone.
No
Use
idea
any
where
one
my
of them.
token is.
Yeah, use any one of them.
There's me.
There may be multiple of each of you because I'm
We
bad
can
at
bring
stuff.
another Erica over here.
All right, that's the.
Can never have too many of me.
Well, there's me. Put myself
Yeah,
over
I guess
here
you
on
could
the
put a
white
little
part.
dot next to your icon. Is the best you can
that's a
do.
good idea.
Makes you not get lost on the black and white. All right. So, Wilma, you're leading the way. There is a tunnel, still full of green smoke. It leads quite a ways, and you discover at the end there's a similar intersection to what you experienced on the other side of the area. Why don't you roll intelligence?
11.
You hear the familiar sound of centipedes chittering somewhere in the tunnels beyond.
Okay, there are more centipedes somewhere.
Well, I don't think we can go back the way we came because there's too many people in our way.
Still
So
following us.
I think we need to just keep forging ahead, or we will be shamed by our people. That's what's following us. It's shame.
You know what? They're a bunch of jerks. Let's just leave and do what we want to do.
Nah, come on, guys. We gotta work hard for the village. You know, the elders were very insistent on this, that the only way we could appease the gods or something was to stop all this green smoke coming out of the glacier of non-smoke, as it is routinely called.
Indeed.
right.
Legends tell of the mountains hither and yon, and the glacier full of not green smoke.
So, do we want to go left or right? Might as well go left.
Left.
All right.
I'm on guard for centipedes.
I'm not.
You continue to walk through the tubes for a long time. I'm revealing the map as you go, Wilma.
See.
For a long time. For a long time. For a long time.
Boy, they
until
don't make
you
tubes
reach
like this anymore.
until you reach a familiar T-shaped intersection that you think you've been to before.
Wait
But there aren't a
minute.
bunch of people here anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, we got behind him. Ha ha.
Yeah, no, you have advantage for attacking them.
Okay.
It seems. You know what? Why don't all of you roll intelligence?
I got 17 that time.
19.
12.
You know what? These it
20.
occurs to anyone who got above
Sorry, 21.
Anyone who got above a 17, which was several of you. These tubes seem perfectly circular. You've never seen structures like these before. They're very unnatural, but you feel like you've walked in a perfect half circle back to where you previously turned right at that intersection, as you can see on the map.
Go back through the room and turn right instead of turning left after we get to the end.
Okay.
You
I
can
mean,
do
we
that.
can do
You
that.
have the
It's-
sense that there are centipedes there.
I
So
think
maybe we
gotta
need to
go back
explore
that
the
We look in the
middle.
room
a little
again.
more.
Yeah.
Sure.
We got to get into that tube, man. That tube is where it's at.
That's just
Children and their
creepy.
curiosity.
Yeah.
the
You've
death
been
of
very
us.
quiet. Do you have any dwarf ideas?
None.
Okay. Just
My
checking in with Chuck.
My orphan's intuition says, get into that tube.
Go for
And
it.
so you wander back into the boiling hot room full of strange, bulky shapes and weird blinking lights. Some of the people in the village are starting to whisper that clearly this is some kind of ice demon sorcerer lair and that it is an ill omen to be here. Other of
agree.
you are not sure if that's how omens work.
I say go for it, kid. Get in the tube.
Well, currently any creature that is wider than 6 inches would have a hard time
I
getting
see.
into the tube.
Can we try prying it open?
You
As an
certainly can.
orphan, am I larger than 6 inches
I
wide?
suspect that your skull is, no matter how emaciated you are, your skull is the limiting factor. Your freakishly large goblin skull. I mean, not goblin skull.
Well, I got a crowbar. It's on fire, but so what? I tried to wedge the...
Oh, God, why?
Open.
Why would you not put that out before you did this?
Orphans aren't smart.
No.
Because it looks cooler if I'm doing it with a... I don't have to explain myself to you.
I mean, I'm the judge. You do. But while you're doing that, make me a strength check, Crinkle, sorry.
Not a lot. 3.
Yes, I suspect no one else is impressed by your pathetic attempt to open the tube. Perhaps
But hey,
another,
it looks good because of the flame. So at
perhaps
least he's got that
another
going for him.
fighter or hunter or even a dwarf napper would be better at this.
I do not kidnap dwarfs, sir.
You dwarf nap kids, I got it.
Yeah, Chuck basically reaches out and goes, nope.
I'm going to
Okay.
walk all the way around this tube on the outside and see if is there anything to be seen on the outside of the tube, like on the other side of it. And is it still glowing?
It seems like it is still glowing. Why don't you give me a very simple intelligence check there, old mother?
A very simple intelligence check.
Not very high.
Okay, 16.
You notice
17.
everybody had been very fixated on the the gap. Not too far away from the gap, there's kind of a circular indentation in the pillar. It's at about kind of, chest height, and it's maybe about the size of your hand.
Dwarf chest or not dwarf chest? Just curious.
Not dwarf chest.
Okay.
So it's the height of this chest I'm carrying around?
I am going to start a new podcast with new friends.
Poor
I'll stick my hand in it. Why not?
Do it. Do it.
Old mother had a good life.
Nothing seems to happen.
Do we still have that basket of vegetables?
No, it went over the cliff.
No,
No.
that went off the mountain.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably going to be really important later.
I forgot what iteration that was.
Did anyone save game?
I look around. Is there anything around that looks like it might fit in this? And I point out the hole to everybody else. I say, look, I don't know if this would do something. It's different. It's a spot that's different.
Talk starts looking around
Yeah.
for something.
There does not seem to be anything, the strange bulky shapes are, quite large and sturdy and kind of contained. There's no kind of loose items about in this space.
Where was she hitting the panel when the lights went out? Maybe we should look over there.
I think that was probably just a random machine over by where you wandered into this space. How's that?
Okay.
So we'll say it was over here.
Guys, I'm going to suggest something. What if we just started bashing everything we saw until something happened?
You can also try and open this gap with rolling better than, I think you got like a 3 so far.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, other people could try to open the gap.
Was that a strength check?
Indeed it is.
I'll give it a try.
13?
Talk.
5.
Well, Wilma and Talk, between the two of you, you managed to push it open, and it's now basically a doorway leading into this strangely illuminated tube. The floor of the tube is kind of glowing pleasantly, kind of pulses, and it looks like there's, you haven't entered the tube yet, but it looks like there's stuff above, the shaft leads up.
Talk will go in.
Yeah.
Talk, as you
I
step
will too.
into and are followed quickly by Wilma, you have a very, very new experience. You start floating.
The gods are
They're possessed.
angry or happy. I can't tell.
That's always the way.
The tube kind of makes a little bit of the lights continue to kind of pulse pleasantly, but the tube makes a little bit of a whirring noise, and you are kind of ascending at a kind of comfortable rate of about 5 feet per second.
Oh, God. What's happening?
The tube goes up quite a ways, about 50 feet, and then you stop floating. You continue to float. You do not float higher. At the top of the tube, it looks like there's some kind of door in front of you, and there's some kind of square indentation next to the door.
Can I swim that way and touch it?
Yeah.
Or get out it?
Yeah, you know what? You could just reach out and touch it.
Okay. So I touch it.
You touch it, your hand touches it, and the doorway whoosh, is open. There's some kind of strange room beyond. What are other people at the bottom of the tube doing?
Freaking out.
Chuck is pushing everybody to the side because he wants to fly. He just jumps and he jumps right into the tube.
All right.
Go, Chuck, go.
Talk, you step out, or at least look out, into a strange room. It's the space beyond this kind of magical tube it's filled with green, wonderful plants. There's all kinds of fronds and tendrils spilling out from all over the walls and floors, though it looks like it's kind of like it's been cultivated or planted in rows. The air is very warm and humid here, but also kind of fragrant as you smell all kinds of lovely blossoms and plant life that you've probably never encountered before in your life.
I call down and I tell people it's okay.
Oh.
That's
All right.
good enough
That's
for
a
me.
lot of confidence.
I've always trusted Talc, so I will follow.
Keep in
All
mind,
right,
I'm medium intelligence.
Chuck's
but,
already floating up.
All right.
I'm brave.
We'll say, so Talc, Old Mother, and Chuck are going to enter into this room. We'll call it greenhouse.
I think Wilma was right there too.
Wilma, are you there too?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kringle?
I'll go in last.
All right. And you all spill out
And
into
I'll
this
tell
room.
the huge crowd of people behind us, just wait 1 minute. When the screams are done, then come up after us.
They seem to think that that's a great idea. Hold on while I copy and paste your tokens to the next map.
We did it, guys. We're in the next map.
Yeah.
Remember that part where you guys walked in circles? Good times.
It's a metaphor for my real life.
You can just stay floating in a nice warm tube for a while.
While we wait, I found the dice that came with my first basic D&D set. Look at this D8. It has no corners on it anymore. It's amazing.
It's like
Oh,
jade.
bless.
All right. So your tokens are still hard to see on this map. Yeah, if you want to give yourself little dots, you can do that by clicking the little status. Might make it easier to see your...
I did, but it wasn't there when you copied it.
Oh, I did. Sorry, the version I pasted did not have what you had done most recently. So,
I like the plants.
I'm just reading a second. Just give me a second to find something, okay?
Sure. Jason, what other fine podcasts are available on the Incomparable Podcast Network?
I encourage people to check out the not new Batman University podcast, which is where Tony talks about Batman the Animated Series and other Batman-related things.
That sounds great. Batman, you say?
Lazy Doctor Who has posted 3 episodes in the last week, thereby making us question the title of lazy, but helping boost the erratic nature of the release schedule. Because sometimes you will get 2 episodes in one night, and other times they'll go for months. And I think it boosts the erratic schedule.
Just never know
that
what
way.
you're going to get.
You never know. That's right. It's not truly random if it's evenly spaced out. You need some of them very close together and very far apart. So those are there. A couple of recently reads. Erica was very busy posting podcasts this week. So.
I had them all saved up.
And the
I've read, like-
Incomparable Game Show. It's like Total Party Kill, except the games are not role-playing games usually, except for sometimes.
Except for when they are.
Usually less death, but not always.
But not always. All right. So, you are exploring this strange kind of indoor jungle or full of lush greenery. Some of you, it may occur to you that some of these plants might be helpful and medicinal, and some of you, it might occur to you that they might be poisonous and dangerous. It's unclear if that some includes anyone in the room today.
I'm just a flintknapper. I don't know nothing about plants.
Yeah, so you're exploring this strange room. Again, weird kind of white, kind of metal stone walls, very smooth and cold to the touch. The air in here is kind of humid and very fragrant with all the plant life. It does look like there is a door. The tube deposited you on the eastern side of this room. It does look like there is a doorway on the western side. It is what you've been greatly expanding what your definition of door includes in the recent moments.
I feel like a whole bunch of folks are going to come following from behind and just shame us for just sitting
For
around.
just sitting?
So we should probably go through this door.
All right. So you approach the door.
I do.
The door has no handles.
Whoa.
Would we know what a door handle was anyway?
Tap it with my axe. Not like hitting it, just
the
tapping.
door does not respond. Old Mother, do you want to do an intelligence check?
Sure. 4.
There is an indentation in the wall next to the door, similar to what you saw on the inside of the tube.
Well, it didn't do anything last time.
It did when I was at the top.
Oh.
I think she meant it didn't do anything bad. Or
Yeah.
No, I meant it literally didn't do anything when I tried to use
the one at the
toaster.
bottom in the bottom room did not seem to do anything. But that is how.
I wasn't there
was-
for that. Thus the low intelligence checks.
Yes.
So Talc goes over and pushes.
Yes, at the slightest touch, the doors hiss open.
Oh my God, they're made of snakes.
Yes,
Or centipedes.
Or a cat.
I promised you a snake preview.
Oh no.
Someday that joke will be funny.
And today, we're all laughing. The
I love it. All
audience
right.
loves it.
So, and you can see a strange sight beyond. There's a kind of like an intersection of hallways here. You can see doors. It looks like there's a door across from where you're looking in, so further west of you. There's also doors to the north and south, and a door kind of in the corner to the southwest. But the floor of this hallway here is quite strange. There's patches of ice and puddles of slush that are kind of melting and covering the entire floor. The ice is more prevalent toward the northern corridor, but there's all these puddles that are kind of concentrated toward the southern corridor. And they're kind of meeting in the middle in kind of just an awful mush of ice and water.
Ugh.
That's what you see.
Weird.
I had no idea this is what was inside glaciers.
Your tribe has not discovered geologists yet, so in a way you are the first geologists.
Talc is feeling brave, having survived for a whole hour.
Yeah, borrowed time.
So yeah, she's going through the door and gonna poke her spear at the ice / puddles.
I think that's Jason.
Oh, it's
okay.
Oh, no. Oh, Jason
There
also
we go.
moved his
That's
token.
okay. Chuck will
you
come
poke your
too.
spear at the ice / puddles. The ice and puddles. You know what? There's a familiar sense of home. They act the way you expect ice and puddles to do so.
There are
It's
no
comforting.
demons in the
There's
puddles.
no visible demons in the ice or puddles, Talc. It's just on one side there's a bunch of snow, on the other side there's a bunch of water. It's the right color. It smells right. It doesn't seem anything.
Are there doors?
None of this weird sorcery or whatnot.
Are there doors to the north and the south?
There are doors to the north, south, west, and southwest. This room has it all.
So I'm going to go to the north where there's all the snow and try to figure out why there's snow.
All right. Let me just take a second.
Well, of course, our best sages have questioned that for years, and they've come to the conclusion that God loves us.
Don't you mean the gods?
So, Wilma, as you check north,
honestly
there
don't
does
know.
seem to be a familiar looking doorway to the north, but the door is actually partially ajar, and there's a kind of, what would be familiar to you, kind of a heavy, frigid breeze escaping from that doorway. I guess in a way it feels like home. But yeah, it does seem like snow and cold air is kind of entering into this hallway from that ajar door to the north.
So I'm going to peek out the door.
Okay.
I rolled a 10 to whatever you want me to roll.
All right. So you peek in there. You see that the room beyond, it's kind of confusing because it does have that kind of strange, very inorganic shape that you've seen in some of these rooms here. But everything is covered with with something that is familiar to you, which is snow and ice. So yeah,
Okay.
the area beyond is full of snow and ice, kind of coating everything. So you see a room full of snow.
Okay.
There's,
let
I will tell
everybody
you,
know.
there's maybe. It looks like you could even see some natural light spilling into that room.
Okay. I'll just convey that to everybody. There's a room or a square place with a bunch of snow and ice and stuff in it.
Sounds terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Sounds
Old
like
Mother is becoming
where
more and
we
more
live.
timid the farther we go.
Come on, let's bust some doors open.
Talc is looking towards the southern door.
All right.
I don't like that door at all.
Speak now, or I might open it.
But I'm saying we should go west, and here's why.
Okay.
North, too cold. South, too hot. West, perfect balance.
The Goldilocks door, if we knew what Goldilocks was.
Right.
Just maybe,
right.
guys, this is where Goldilocks was invented. We don't know how the timeline works.
Sure.
So I feel like there's some indecision in the group about which way you want to look. The other doors, as far as you can tell, are visibly closed. It was only the door to the north that was ajar.
Do
just
the other
waiting for
doors have
Data
those
to-
same panels next to them?
Indeed, they do.
I'm convinced that Talc is the only one that can actually open doors. So
Talc feels like she can open any door now because she knows what to do and she feels smart.
Talc,
So-
I'd like you to cross out your old occupation, write in door opener.
Door opener.
I really like the southwest door because it's not
I
like
do
the
too.
others.
Okay, sure. I'm sold.
Sure. Game. So this one?
I'm with Chuck.
Okay, so I go to the southwest door
Dwarf and flintknapper,
Yeah.
high five.
and I touch it. Open it.
The door makes a very strange kind of chirping noise at you. The door kind of flashes red and doesn't open.
I'm looking around for a bird.
Yeah,
There's a red bird in that door.
I think it's on the other side of the door. That's what that. Now we know it's in that room.
Hello,
It's a red
bird.
Right. Snakes to the north, birds to the southwest.
Talc kind of bows to the door and backs up. Do
Okay.
you want to try the
West.
I guess try the west door. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, Talc.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
go get
west
'em.
door does a similar kind of chirping noise at the door when you try and open it.
Talc bows
Bird's
again.
over there too.
What did you do to make it mad?
I don't know.
Yes, Talk. Why have you angered the ice
Take your
demons?
card and cross out door opener.
I even did write it
You just
in.
lost a level
Actually,
of door opener.
just amend it to door not opener.
I'm gonna go to the door to the south and just inspect it. I don't want to touch anything. I didn't actually roll anything. That's a 9.
It looks like a door. You know,
Is
by
there
your
is there a push?
rapidly-
Is there a pushing thing? The
There
talc,
is, all the
talc
doors
thing?
seem to have a little kind of indentation in the wall next to them.
I wave over Talc and say, "Here's another one to try."
Talc comes over, cautiously pushes it.
It chirps at you.
Oh,
What is
You've
even
angered them.
happening?
the birds don't like you.
Okay, I'm gonna. I have a spear. I wonder what damage a
attack the
spear
door.
would do to it. Yeah. Or stab where the light is. Or should we check out the room to the north?
Or we just go north.
I think we just go north.
Okay,
I don't want to anger the bird gods.
it's true. Or the door gods.
They may be one and the same. We know so little
Oh
about
my
these
gosh,
strange
that's
gods.
true.
Secretly, Talc thinks she's the door god.
Wow.
Blasphemous.
No wonder they're not opening
It's
anymore.
secret. Yeah.
So you wish to approach the door to the north.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, as previously described, the door to the north is ajar. There is a little indentation in the wall next to the door.
Do we need to press it or is it open enough? Like can I just open it?
I pull it
You could
open.
you could try and force it
I
open.
fear that if we don't press it, that the gods might be angry at us.
They already
Those
kind
two?
of are.
Good point.
Maybe the gods
we were
left
set-
this door open for us,
For
so
us.
that we may.
Maybe we were sent here to
Actually
kill the
do it.
gods.
Oh no,
I'm pretty sure that's not what the
you
elders
might be
told
a
us to
goblin.
do.
Kringle, you're getting in. For someone whose membership in this tribe is tenuous at best, your theology is getting pretty complicated. Sorry.
So I
Kringle.
rolled a 2. I don't know if anyone else wants to try to.
Yeah, 2. The door. It does not feel like it's moving.
Talc's just gonna put her hand in the
The doors, as Wilma is pushing on it, suddenly whoosh, it opens.
I did it.
You did it. And you can see the beyond. Every surface of this cavernous chamber is covered, rimed with frost and drifts of snow. Blue-white light filters into the room from a massive hole in the ceiling, and you can see the glacier kind of above and beyond.
Is there gas
learn,
escaping?
There does not seem to be any green smoke in this room. And before you can learn anything else about this room, a horrible Yeti jumps out of the snow and attacks.
Yetis
Wilma.
are peaceful. This is not canon.
This was before they learned to be peaceful. This is an old-timey Yeti. Will this Yeti be the death of Wilma, who has survived for 2 hours and counting?
Oh my
We'll
gosh.
find out next time on Total Party Kill. Dun, dun, dun.